Being a man is not easy, guys. You have to walk this journey for the rest of your life. And manhood is something that you consistently prove yourself, no matter who or what you are. If you're a poor guy, you got to prove yourself to get to the middle class. If you're a middle class guy, you got to become rich. And if you're a rich guy, you got to stay rich. All of those things are very difficult. And then when you're dealing with women, that's a whole other walk. I mean, you got to be able to provide and protect. And in dealing with women, you can still lose it all because that takes a certain level of maturity and understanding. But one of the things that I would like to tell all men in dealing with women, especially the young black men or black men of any age group, is you should never want to deal with a woman that interrupts your routine. Because why? Your routine is what made you the man you are today. Think about it. You are who you are because of your routine. Now, if a woman comes into your life, maybe she can add to your routine. But the moment that you give up your life to do what she would like you to do, that's when things become, well, very bad for you. I've noticed guys who've done that. They leave their hometown to go live with a woman and to pursue a relationship with her. They, leave out things that they wanted to do for themselves. And all of those things end up very bad for guys, man. It becomes very terrible. And if you've done that before, you lose a little bit of yourself every day. You kind of get into this depression. You're feeling bad. You start getting fat and things like that. And then ultimately you find out that the woman don't even want you no more. Although you're playing it to her book. She don't want you because she don't respect you because you've allowed her to change everything about you. And there's nobody that I've seen do this like Prince Harry. Now, Prince Harry had his whole life in England. I mean, he could even be the king one day, depending on how things work out. His father is the current king of England, King Charles now, no longer Prince Charles. And his life was set up for him. He gave it all up for Meghan Markle, which is the dumbest decision you can ever make in your life. You give up what you have in the royal family to pursue a marriage with a lady. That's dumb, especially a woman that didn't come from the same thing that you came from. But that's another story. He moves to LA from England, where he was born, where all his friends are. He's there, in which I would assume quite lonely. And now he's living in Los Angeles, right? He's living in Los Angeles. The guy's a Brit living in Los Angeles. Not to say that it's so much different, but he's living in LA. Now, here's what's going on now. She's going out, allegedly, from a royal watcher, Petronella Wyatt. She's been going out, hanging out in clubs, at hotels, without her husband in Los Angeles. All right? She tweeted, "Friends of mine who live near them are always bumping into Meghan at parties these days. She tends to leave Harry at home." Okay? Now, she's trying to impress stars or whatever else, right? All she wants to do is hang out with celebrities. And here's something that I want to talk about, right? If you are a man, just think about this. And you give up your life for somebody who can't give you anything, it's gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say this. If you're gonna deal with somebody that has less than you as a man, they need to get on your program. The reason is your program works. This is the same thing about a woman who's doing very well. A woman who's doing very well will never give up her program to go be with a guy and lose what she got. I don't care how much she says she loves this dude. You will never get it for the most part. All right? So why are men doing that? Why are men doing that? If you think that she have no, okay, think about this. How much respect can she have for you? If she leaving you at the house She's going out, running to the stars, partying, if this is true. You think she's not gonna deal with it? Cause you already conquered, bro. Think about this. If you have a lady, you feel like the lady don't care about herself. She don't have no self-esteem. She ain't gonna go nowhere. Well, what would keep you faithful to her? One of the things that keeps guys faithful or wanting to be faithful is the threat of my wife is gonna leave me and take all my stuff if I don't do the right thing, right? This is the whole thing. So just think about this. If she feels like this guy's not gonna go anywhere, this guy's already figured out, why am I sitting here dealing with him? Let me go out there and find something else. All right? And every time you see the guy looks miserable. He gave it all away for her. Let me tell you something. See, guys, here's the reality of being successful. Okay? When we become successful, we take a lot of risks in dealing with women who would have never dealt with us if they had what we had. Let me say it again. As men who are trying to have something, we take a lot of risk in dealing with women who would have never dealt with us if it was the same thing. And that's something that we know, don't we? Oh yeah, we know that. We know it very well, guys. All right? Guys worked so hard becoming where they are. Look at all the countless hours every night it's taking to be you. From where you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it's a miracle, right? You can't even, sometimes you got to pinch yourself. Sometimes I got to pinch myself, man. I'm over here living in Africa and stuff, guys. And, you know, I get to go, I could even afford to pay my own ticket to go to medical school, man. When I first came out, my mom had to pay it for me. I couldn't even afford that. All right. Now think about this, guys. Now, I was 40, getting ready to be 40. I was 40 actually. I took my first business class flight. I just couldn't, bro. I was like a kid in a candy store. 40 years old. I was so used to being broke, man. I was taking business class. I was taking economy flights. I was making over $100,000 a year by that time. I was still so afraid to spend money on myself. I couldn't even spend another grand to go to business class. Now, that's an afterthought. Now, I don't even think about that. Okay? And you guys know that, man. Look at all the nights you've worked, all the nights you've went to school, the nights you've stayed up on projects to be you, man. Like, look, give yourself a standing ovation for being you, man. What you had to overcome to be you in your life. And these people don't know your story. They don't care, but I know it. I know it without talking to you. I know what it took to be you, bro. It wasn't easy. Some of you guys did it in trucking. Some of you guys did it in tech. Some of you guys did it in health. Some of you guys did it in entertainment. You did it in many different ways. Food. Now you're going to change your life for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing? Are you serious? You're going to change your life for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, brother? Are you really being honest with yourself right now? You're going to give up all the things that you love, that made you you, that made you the man that she even wanted to even talk to in the first place, to change up? You got to remember, man, when that woman met you, she loved you, you doing you. Now she wants to change that. No, never. Never, no. No. This is how I was when you met me. It's the same thing like if you go to the strip club and you deal with a lady who's a stripper, or a woman that's a businesswoman and all of that. You loved her when you married her. Don't make her change now, because that's what you agreed upon. Don't let these ladies change you. Don't let them change you. Don't you make your life miserable because they want to change. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Feature for all of you, subscribe to the bell. We're out.